victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the #3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, facing off with another team from the Pac-12, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes will put total leather to crank us up. Fielded in the end zone. It's Rivera. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Michigan's return team didn't help matters out much with that one. Stakes are always high in the game. Careers are made and lost because of it, and they'll have to manage their emotions, guys.
Some games in college football just mean more. When you think about Ohio State and Michigan, you think about not just Big Ten implications, national title implications, Heisman Trophy implications. Late in the year, David, this is just must-watch TV.
Must-watch TV. Two of the winningest programs in college football history. This game...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's a beautiful throw. We were all talking coming into this game. We weren't sure if anyone was going to be able to complete a pass because of these conditions. And as a quarterback, when you're throwing in the snow, the ball's slick. Anyone running a route, it's hard to get in and out of breaks.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Second down now after the sack. On the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in. College sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable.
And the Wolverines in the hurry-up. Looking for space. It's Addison. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
I love when players understand the situations. They understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Hand off from the shotgun. Relying on the run. He gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It is good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. From inside the 10. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will have its first possession of the game. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? Both of these
much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable. Get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
They'll ride the hot hand. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Last time these two met, Ohio State didn't just fight that team across the field. They pretty much knocked them out, stomping Michigan.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight knockout, too. They were throwing haymakers right from the opening bell. We know that Ohio State recruits at such a high caliber, and they're consistently pumping guys into the NFL. First-round talent as well. Last year's game, all of their best players, they showed up big.
And Michigan had no answer, and now does Michigan have an answer this year? Because it's another talented Buckeye team. Every year you're going to play the Buckeyes, they're going to be talented. Michigan has to make the game physical. Michigan has to play their brand of football if they want to change the outcome.
Third down, man. You think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own in great field position. The first down for the offense. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful a reason to be optimistic. I mean, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent, making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete, charged loose by the hit.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Field goal is good.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Guided out of bounds at the 32 after a good return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First down here for the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And he is going down here, but we have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Give to the back. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Hold it. Open.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Just goes right through the wicket and brings up third down. Man, he will be thinking about that one. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that embrace the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. But it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Try to get it on the ground. Tackle is made after the first down.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play four-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
Feeling some heat. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The Wolverines bringing the heat on the defensive front as they have so many times through the years.
And you just think about guys that just look great in their youth. Big, strong. Aiden Hutchinson, Ajabo, a lot of these guys in the recent history, just they know how to get after the quarterbacks and make their life miserable.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw in that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
I love the awareness by the defense here. Everyone thinking first down close to the goal line. The offense is going to run the football, right? But this defense was ready for the chance that the offense might throw it. So defenders playing the pass and getting upfield, getting to the QB. Awesome job.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. So loud it's rattling your fillings on third and goal. Touch pass on the jet sweep. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play. That was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on third down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
He'll set up to throw. He wants it all. And it's batted away, and the fourth down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. Line gets set, first down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking for room. It's Tompkins. Good pickup on the ground there. Give him 5 to the 16-yard line. And the Wolverines moving quickly to the line. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Offense in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Wolverines will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. And you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Looking to pass on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game, that's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. And with this place rocking, the crowd pushes. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Ball is at the 41 as his defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it in stride at the 15. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Ready to try the point after. And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. They're lining up to boot it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
That's caught. It's Addison. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
After that last completion, it's second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Makes the grab outside. It's Addison. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. A full field of defensive backs trying to take away the deep ball. He wants to throw here on second down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. On third down, going up top. He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it at the 20. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, whether it's in the shoe or the big house, when you have these two programs with all that's at stake today, you know emotions run high in a game known simply as the game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky. If it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The lone back's got it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Quick release on the RPO. Shakes off the defender. And that's a live ball. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
Well, football in the snow oftentimes is more fun for fans watching than it is for players out there on the field, because it is hard to hold on to the football like that guy just found out right there.
The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Wolverines want to move quickly. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job on the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. He went nowhere after the catch. Nice job on the defense.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll bring it back. It's Snyder. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Handoff from the gun. He's He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Turns it on in midfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Going to take a shot at this DB. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And you want these guys that can take the top off the defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll try the right side. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo. Quick strike complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding, open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 2nd down coming up. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Out of the gun, the inside give. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. The throw. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Oh, there's the ball. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The offense set for a first down play.
That's a big-time play by this defense. You know when it's snowing, not only is it wet, it's freezing. Your hands are cold. You can barely feel the football, so if you can get to that football, put your head on it, or rip that thing out, a lot of times you can force some of those turnovers. Great job by the defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Callaway. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Wolverines will hustle to the line. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. third and long. He's going to have to throw for it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Here's the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard run out from the 23.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, wants to throw it. Trying to beat the D deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold, open.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. On the field on fourth down already with a one-possession lead. Off the RPO, throw right, looking for the chains. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
You know, it's one thing to have all the accolades preseason and have all the expectations, but it's another thing to be able to go out and execute week in, week out. He's done that. He now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the year.
He's got it. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, what a nice play in the passing game there. We were all in the car driving over here together in the snow, and we were wondering, is anybody going to be able to even complete a pass in these conditions? Well, I guess we just got our answer there. It's not easy, man. As a quarterback, the ball is slippery. For receivers or anybody running routes, it's hard to get in and out of breaks, but they might have been throwing that ball in Miami. And that looked beautiful and on time.
They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24. The Buckeyes want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him, and they convert. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Matriculating the ball down the field. They'll give him a couple that leads to the 3rd and 8. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on fourth down. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to get a clock, let it tick down. A field goal here. I'm up by 2 possessions.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
And you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. And the Wolverines are in the hurry-up.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier inbounds.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down. He wants to throw. Got his man downfield. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Michigan.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. If you're the defensive coordinator, no time to worry about bust. You have to sell out to get the ball back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I love the quick decision that Campbell made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
He's got the back in the middle. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. A third and short coming from their own 20-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. Oh, gave the defender the business. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You gotta believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Yeah, and this is great offense. You want to finish it. You want to finish the drill with your offense on the field and that clock ticking. Nice job converting on 3rd down and basically salting this game away.
Quick toss. Steamrolls his way ahead. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Holding.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, 1st down. They want to throw it. They're bringing heat. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.